The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Welcome to Smyrna, Delaware for tonight's DFRC Blue Gold All-Star Softball game, as over 40 of Delaware's best seniors take the field for one final time in their high school careers. This game tonight is being brought to you by Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Good evening, everyone. Great weather tonight. I'm Glenn Frazier with Shannon Timmons, Benny Mitchell producing, Nick Halliday on camera, and maybe somewhere around here is Ben Fulton with still photography. We want to give Ben a plug every time we can. He does a great job. Earlier this evening, as a matter of fact, they just completed with the players participated in a skills competition to decide which team will be designated as the home team. They had a home run derby. They had a bunting competition, target shooting. They had a around the horn drill and speed around the bases. It was a very close contest, but the Gold ended up with more points, so they will be designated as the home team for the game here tonight. In her final season at the helm at Smyrna, Nikki Shirey, who's State Coach of the Year, will guide the blue team, along with John Thomas from St. Mark's and Sean Brennan from Milford, while first-year head coach Rachel Fetterman of Delmarva Christian will pilot the gold team, along with Michael Oberle from Brandywine and Mike Tack from Cape Henlopen. This will be a 9-inning game to give all the players ample time to participate. We're going to keep an eye on things early because we're told that there will be a defensive alignment in the field, like say for blue, and then a different starting lineup offensively, and then they will flip-flop about halfway through the game, and the same for gold. Let me bring in my broadcast partner, Shannon Timmons. So you're going to have a lot of fun tonight scoring this one, kiddo.
It is. It's going to be interesting to keep track of all of that. But you know what? It gets them the maximum amount of playing time tonight, and that's what it's about. It's all for the seniors, and it should be an exciting game tonight.
We have a couple of players initially on the roster that were unable to attend tonight, but still about 40 of Delaware's best seniors playing their final high school game here tonight. And we want to mention the umpiring crew proudly volunteering their time and travel for this event here in Smyrna. From the Delaware Umpires Association, which is the downstate association, Kent Sussex County, here tonight Jim Miles, Ed Morris, and Dave Wilson. And then from the Delaware Softball Umpires Association, the Newcastle County crew, we have Ron Kinslow, Rob Maloney, Ozzie May, and Ron Lynham. And I had an opportunity to do a photo op with the guys before the game. They're joking and everything. I said, now give me your best smile when you get heckled from a fan. I think it was a pretty good picture, Shannon. I'm not sure.
I'm sure it was.
All right, so we've given you the umpires. Let's run down the rosters for our game. And for the visiting team, the blue roster, and this is their uniform number for tonight. So number 1 is Skylar Elazar from Apo High, and her teammate, the pitcher Savannah Laird, will be number 2, also from Apo High. Ryan Fatola from Archmere Academy is wearing number 3. Morgan Moxley from Caravel Academy will be donning number 5. Jada Church from Charter School of Wilmington is number 6. Uniform number 7 belongs to Abby Baldwin from Conrad. Then a pair of DMA players, number 8, Annika Downs, and number 9, Marissa Edavane. Pitcher from Middletown, Reese Founds, will wear number 11. Summer Montgomery, her battery mate, the catcher from the Cavaliers, wears number 12. Kylia Reynolds will be wearing number 13. She's from Milford High. Angelina Edwards, Red Lion Christian Academy, wears number 14. Her teammate, Elena Griffin from Red Lion, number 15. Riley Thomas, 16. She's number 16, representing St. Mark's, and her dad is one of the assistant coaches here tonight for the Blue. And rounding out the Blue squad, number 17 is Michaela Brantley from Smyrna. Number 18 is Gigi Duca from Smyrna. And number 19, Megan Shirey, the coach's daughter, also from the Smyrna Eagles. And number 20, Sabri Purnell from William Penn. Once again, the coaches, Nikki Shirey from Smyrna. This will be, I guess, officially her last coaching assignment as she's retiring, Shannon.
Yeah, from what we understand, and it's nice that she had the opportunity and they chose her to be a part of this, especially with her daughter Megan graduating this year. and moving on to play college ball. So Nikki's been around Smyrna for a while, I think 17 years in coaching. So congratulations to her for all of her efforts as a coach. It's time well spent with your student athletes, and it does take time away from your family. So congratulations to her and her daughter Megan.
I didn't ask her beforehand, but I bet you she played right here at this little ass complex.
I'm sure she did. I'm quite sure she did.
Once again, she's being assisted by St. Mark's head coach John Thomas and Milford's head coach Sean Brennan. Now the gold roster, wearing number 1 will be Ella Hadley from Brandywine High School. A pair of Caesar Rodney players wearing number 2 and 3. Number 2 is Caitlin Horton. Number 3, Peyton Shields. Of course, she is injured, suffered that injury midway through the season, and she was out for the rest of the year. So she will move on to Fairfield University. Number 4 is Zoe Coco from Delmar. Number 5, Lily Fetterman from Delmarva Christian. Number 6, Kaylin Yoder from Delmarva Christian. Number 7 will be Jillian Collins from Indian River. Kinsley Hall, Indian River's pitcher, wears number 8. Number 9, Lily Hoban from Indian River. Number 10, Jaya Schaub from Indian River. Then a couple of Laurel players. Number 11 is Carly Venables. Number 12 is Mackenzie Whaley. Mia Barone from Sussex Academy wears number 14. McKenna Boyle from Sussex Central, number 15. Amara Cropper, also from the Golden Knights, number 16. Wearing number 17, pitcher Haley Justice from Sussex Tech, and her teammates, number 18, Lanaya Lewis, number 19, Shania Lewis. Ravens 1, 2, 3. And we round out the roster with a couple of Woodbridge Blue Raiders, number 20, Parker Keeler, and number 21, Peyton Keeler. Rachel Fetterman, first-year head coach this year at Delmarva Christian. For the first time ever, the school went to the semifinal round this year, and she is assisted by Michael Oberle from Brandywine and Mike Tack from Cape Henlopen. Those are the rosters for tonight, as the players are now being announced to the fans here. Once again at the Smyrna Little Lass Complex, which is on Duck Creek Parkway.
Number 5, second baseman from Caravelle Academy, Morgan.
And it is right near the Smyrna Little League Complex,
Number 6, outfielder
and just across the street from the Smyrna Middle and Smyrna High Schools.
Number 7, playing first base from Conrad, Abigail.
Once again, good night here tonight for the game. Nice breeze and a lot of trees around here for the fans to get some shade.
Number 9, also from DMA, the catcher, Marissa Edevane.
And Shannon, we have quite a few players that are going to move on to the next level. Not all of them will be actually playing softball, but Brooke Holdsworth from Caravelle is going to attend Coastal Carolina, unable to make it tonight. But she is not going to play softball down there. And then Ryan Vitola from Archmere is going to South Carolina, the Columbia campus. She also not playing ball at the next level. But then also for the Blues, Sky Elazar from Apo going to Virginia Wesleyan. And Middletown's Reese Founds is going to Eckerd College down in Florida. I don't know whether you have any more on the Blue or not.
I do, actually. I was able to get the coaches to go ahead and send me some information about their senior athletes tonight. And as the program goes on and as the game goes on, as they come up to hit, we'll make sure that we highlight if they've chosen a major in college and whether they're going on to play softball or just continue their career. So thank you to all of the coaches for providing that information prior to this evening's game so that we can highlight these senior student athletes and where they choose to move on and continue their careers. So you'll hear a lot about the players that are on the field this evening.
Yes, you will. I stepped aside to do a little mechanical adjustments. Did you mention the gold players? As we have Peyton Shields is going to Fairfield University. Of course, we know Kaylin Yoder, Delmarva Christian, matriculating to Liberty. And we talked about the state championship game. Kinsley Hall from Indian River is going to the pickle capital of North Carolina, Mount Olive
That's
University.
right. That's right.
Delmarva Christian, number 5, second baseman, Lily Fetterman.
You have a few other golds? Or?
We do.
Okay. Number 6, pitcher, Kaylin Yoder.
And
Kaylin Yoder going to Liberty, as we just said.
Number 7, outfielder, Jillian Collins.
And we apologize if we don't have them all, but got as many as we could.
Jillian Collins is headed to Delaware Valley to major in animal science.
Okay.
She's playing field hockey and softball.
How about that?
Third baseman, Jaya Schaub.
Jaya Schaub headed to the University of Delaware to major in education.
From Laura, number 12, outfielder Mackenzie Whaley.
Carly Venables just announced
From
headed to
Sussex
Siena to
Academy,
play
number
softball.
13, outfielder Mia Barone. From Sussex Central, number 15, first baseman McKenna Boyle. From Sussex Central, number 16, third base Amara Cropper.
McKenna Boyle just announced headed to
From
Shippensburg to
Sussex
play
Tech,
field
number
hockey.
17, pitcher Haley Justice.
Amara Cropper headed to Del Tech to play
From Sussex
softball.
Tech, number 18, shortstop Lanaya Lewis. From
Lanaya
Sussex
headed to
Tech,
Bryant
number 19,
College to major in
outfielder Shania
biology.
Lewis.
Her sister
From
Shania headed to
Woodbridge,
Roanoke
number 20, outfielder
to play
Parker
softball and major in
Keeler.
criminal justice.
And from Woodbridge, number 21,
You understand the
outfielder
theme
Peyton
here. It
Keeler.
seems like a lot of these girls are heading
Pitchers,
south.
Tamara
They are.
Christians,
It's good
Rachel
softball
Simon.
weather down there, that's
From
why.
Brandywine, Michael Oberly.
Parker and
And
Peyton
from
Keeler
Cape
both
Pendleton,
headed to
Mike
Newberry College
Pack.
in South Carolina.
At
Both
back
committed to
row,
play field hockey.
Devin
For the
Cantelli.
Wolves, Parker majoring in nursing,
And
and
number
Peyton majoring
13,
in physical
Jillian.
education.
No, excuse me, Kamara.
All right, so
Sock
both
winner.
rosters have been announced to the fans here. And we'll shortly get a photo opportunity for some of
All right,
the
ladies and
still
boys and girls, can you now
camera
please
operators
rise
out
for
there in the
playing
infield.
of our national anthem.
And we're going to pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back after that.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home. For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County.
I heard a plane during the national anthem. I think we got a flyover.
We might.
Have a wonderful time, ladies. Good job. Let's go.
Not that far from the airbase, so not a surprise.
Okay, we're just about ready to go here. We will see the Gold take the field. We have
Who's my fielder?
we have both coaches mic'd up, but we're working on getting that cleared up a little bit. And I think maybe the most important. There we go. There's the blue coach, Nikki Shirey, talking to our leadoff batter, telling her how she needs her on base. Yeah, I think it's going to be important to get them in these meetings in the circle, and we'll see if we can't bring that to you.
All right, defensively.
Okay.
For the goal team in the field. At first base, Ella Hartley. At second base, Zoe Coco.
Ella Hadley's at first,
base.
Zoe Coco at second, Lanaya Lewis at short, Jaya Schaub at third base. Around the outfield, it's Peyton Keeler, Shania Lewis in center, and Caitlin Horton on right.
In left field,
Lily Hoban
Peyton Keeler.
behind the dish,
In center field, Shariah Lewis.
and our starting pitcher
right field,
appears to
Caitlin
be,
Horton.
is that Kinsley
Behind
Hall?
the dish,
Kinsley
catching
Hall from
Yep.
Indian River.
Okay.
And pitching first for the goal team is Kinsley Hall.
Now we have 3 pitchers listed on both rosters. The assumption is that each one will work 3 innings of the 9-inning ball game. So at some point we'll see Haley Justice from Sussex Tech pitching for the Gold, as well as Kaylin Yoder from Delmarva Christian. And the 3 pitchers for the Blue are Reese Founds, Kalia Reynolds, and Savannah Laird. Looks like leading off is Skylar Elazar for the Gold. She's from Appo High. Her sister Bella also went to Appo and played outfield for the Jags under head coach Brian Timpson, and is now at Wilmington University. She was a proud member of that team that went all the way to the World Series this year.
And Skylar's headed to the University of South Carolina.
Well, she'll be down there with my granddaughter.
Yep.
All right, we're ready to go. Kinsley Hall in the circle. Skylar Elazar for the Blue, leading off from Apo High. First pitch of the Blue Gold All-Star game is a called strike on the outside corner. Skylar, a slap hitter. So your bunt. Working the outside part of the plate. Hall missed there as a ball and a strike. So we are at the Smyrna Little Ass Complex, and some people say, well, why didn't you play the game at Smyrna High? Well, they don't have lights. And this is a 9-inning game. We're probably going to need lights at some point.
I would imagine so. Kinsley Hall typically keeps the ball down in the zone. She did a great job of that for Indian River this year, as they were successful in making their way through the tournament for the first time since 1998 when they won the championship. So credit to those Indian River seniors who are here providing that leadership for their team.
And she had a perfect game through 4 innings in the championship game.
And it's a big step for their program. Credit to their coach, Sarah Powell. She put together a team of young players and has seen them through as they've matured and were able to make it to the tournament.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. That's low and outside, a full count to the leadoff batter for the Blue. Elazar trying to get on any way she can. We heard Coach Nikki Shirey had her mic'd up. We heard her talking to her leadoff batter saying, I need you on. Swung at an outside pitch, and there's a strikeout to start off the game. Oh, wait a minute. She checked her swing. It was a ball. So Elazar does get on. She gets the walk. And here is Summer Montgomery, Middletown High School. She'll be doing some of the catching for the Blue team today.
She is headed to Alvernia for her future college plans. Was a first-team All-Conference, second-team All-State player for Middletown.
See if Elazar looks runnerish here. There's the bunt attempt. Got it down. Dead ball, the umpire says. I think it hit the plate. So there's a strike.
Coaches from Middletown said that Summer was their team captain and definitely their leader of their program behind the plate as a catcher. She was awarded their Offensive Player of the Year, Spirit Award, and Female Sportsmanship Award as well.
Well, quite a few accolades. Called strike, 0-2 count on Summer Montgomery. Let's see if the bunt's still on. They're going to go way outside on her. Oh, she swings away. Fly ball right to the center fielder. And there's a catch there by Shania Lewis for out number 1. And that will bring up number 16. That's Riley Thomas from St. Mark's. So Elazar at first, 1 away here, top of the first. A little bit of a late start here. The skills competition ran over just a tad. There's the steal attempt. Oh, and they call her out. Nice throw by the catcher, Hoban, from Indian River. And I believe it was a called strike on Thomas. Yep, 0-1.
Riley Thomas headed to the University of Delaware, as far as I know, to continue her career.
Yeah. I talked to her dad, who's one of the assistant coaches here for Blue today, and he said that injury, it was a strange injury, prohibited her from pitching, as that's high and outside for a ball. So she wasn't allowed to pitch this year, but she did play shortstop, and the injury did not prohibit her from throwing overhand. So it was one of those strange things that kept her out of the circle. Pop up, right field, right center field, going pretty deep and making the catch out there, the right fielder, Horton, and that will retire the side. One base runner was erased on an attempted steal. And the 1/2 inning, Blue nothing, Gold coming up to bat. We'll keep it right here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. And a pretty good inning by the pitcher Kinsley Hall, as she was really painting the corners and moving the ball around very, very successfully.
Yeah, she doesn't have a nice mix of pitches. We see a curveball from her that she works the outside corner with against the righties. She'll keep the ball down in the zone with a nice drop ball, and tends to throw a rise every once in a while. Has a changeup we've seen, but definitely relies on keeping the ball down in the zone, which, as you know, most softball players and coaches know, that produces a lot of ground ball outs. So keeps the ball in the park. We saw some of those home run hitting skills in the skills challenge prior to the game, and there are some people leaving with dents in their cars because these girls can hit. And out here, if you've ever been here, they line the outfield fence from right field to center with cars as they park for some of the little last games that are here this evening. So some people had to come out and move their cars.
Well, I've got mine protected by a tree, I hope.
I parked across the street just to be safe.
And pitching for the first few innings, Savannah Laird.
Savannah Laird's going to start in the circle for the blue team. The rest of the outfield, Ryan.
We can hear a little bit of Coach Fetterman talking to her.
You kind of
First
breaking
batter,
up.
it's a little bit broken up.
So here's the defense for the blue. In left field, Annika Downs. In center, Elena Griffin, Ryan Vitola in right. Gigi Duca at second, Kalia Reynolds at first, Angelina Edwards at short, Sabri Purnell at third, Edivane behind the plate, and getting a swing and a miss to start the bottom of the first, the pitcher, Savannah Laird. Ground ball right back to the box. Tipped Laird's glove to second, over to first, not in time, as the ball got past the first baseman. Now, I didn't get the gold lineup. I think you had it on your phone. We have the blue here offensively.
I did. I just had to take a picture of it. They didn't send it up to the booth. McKenna Boyle now on first base with the error, headed to Shippensburg to play field hockey from Sussex Central.
It looks like Hadley.
This is
up to
Carly Venables from Laurel.
Okay, number 11. I saw one.
She is headed to Siena to continue her softball career.
Pitch from Laird, and that's a base hit just over the third baseman's head. So we're in the bottom of the first.
The second baseman,
That's
number
going to
5,
bring
Fetterman.
Lily Fetterman to the plate.
Okay, from Delmarva Christian, the coach's daughter. Nobody out here. Blue trying to get out of an early jam.
Fetterman headed to Del Tech to major in human services.
Might we see a bunt here, Coach? Second and third with one out look pretty good.
That is what she does most of the time.
Oh, a hitter.
Ooh.
She ducked, and that would have hit her in the helmet.
I was going to say that is bunting is her trade, her craft. She does that a lot for her team. But that is hit by a pitch.
Yeah, the bases are juiced with nobody out.
For Kaylin Yoder.
Yep.
Also from Delmarva
Batter,
Christian.
Number 5, Lily Fetterman.
Headed to Liberty.
Correction, number 6, Kaylin Yoder.
Oh, and she got hit. It clipped her helmet. So there's a run as the first four batters here in the bottom of the first reach base for the gold. So the gold striking early here, and that will bring up number 12, Mackenzie Whaley from Laurel. Nobody out. Savannah Laird just a little bit off here in this first inning. She's ready to go. So is the home plate umpire. Hits the outside corner for a called strike. Whaley looking to do some early damage for the gold here. That jammed her up. Nice pitch. Fouled it back. 0-2 count as Laird gets ahead of Whaley.
And I know, Glenn, you and I have talked about seeing these pitchers not be afraid to come inside on hitters. That's something that takes a little bit of training. They typically, go away from them. They don't want to hit them.
Here comes the play at the plate. Safe, and it's the second run of the game for the gold. And scoring from third on the wild pitch is Carly Venables. The other two runners move up. A ball and 2 strikes on Whaley.
Puts Fetterman at third and Kaylin Yoder at second.
Got her on an inside pitch. Good job by the catcher to hold on to that. Number 9, Marissa Edevane from DMA. So there's a strikeout, the first out of the inning.
Batter number 20, Parker Keeler.
And that brings up number 20, Parker Keeler from Woodbridge. Of course, her mom's the head coach down there.
She and her sister headed to Newberry College in South Carolina to play field hockey. See a lot of these multi-sport athletes that are also softball players.
Especially for the smaller schools,
Yeah.
like a Woodbridge.
Yeah.
Offered the bunt there, got the called strike. Gets the bunt down, nicely done. Did she tag the runner? Now they've got a run down. And there's the tag. That should be the last out if she got the runner going to first. Waiting for a call there.
You're playing at home, 3-2-6 on the put out.
So that's at least 2 outs. And now the umpire and crew will get together and discuss what happened here. Yeah, the first baseman for the Blue, Kylia Reynolds, fielded the bunt nicely and reached out to get the tag on the batter. But I don't know whether she's
And
safe.
they're
They're going to
calling
say
her
she
safe.
missed it. But they did get the runner, the lead runner, out.
They did. Certainly was a great attempt by Kalia Reynolds there. The first baseman. We'll also see her in the circle tonight. Senior from Milford High School.
And her coach, Sean Brennan, is one of the assistants for the Blue.
So this brings up Amara Cropper, third baseman from Sussex Central.
Swings at a high pitch, pop up in the infield. Second baseman Duca calling for it. She makes the catch. That retires the side, but the Gold jumps on top with a couple of runs as they get the first 4 batters on base in the bottom of the first. So 1 inning in the books in this 2023 All-Star softball game. And it's 2-0 Gold here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
All right, we're back here to start the second inning of the Blue Gold All-Star Softball game from Smyrna Little Ass Complex. Gold with a 2-0 lead. And leading off for the Blue here in the top of the second inning will be Sussex Central's Michaela Brantley, or excuse me, Smyrna's Michaela Brantley. So we were told before the game we weren't sure it was really going to happen. So both teams have a defensive alignment in the field, and the rest of the players go through the batting order, and then they will flip-flop halfway through the game. So these Blue players that are batting will not play the field until later on. Now here's Brantley. Right down the middle for a called strike.
Michaela Brantley headed to Georgia Southern to play softball and major in education. A first-team all-conference, first-team all-state outfielder.
Good-sized school. That missed low for a ball. Ball and a strike. On deck is Megan Shirey, the coach's daughter.
Long, long time ago, Janice Savage started her softball career in college at Georgia Southern as well. Any softball history people know Jeff and Janice from Caesar Rodney?
Swinging a miss for a strike. Oh, I guess whoever's operating the scoreboard has given up. Kinsley Hall deliver here. 0-2 count to Brantley. A little change of pace there. Fielded by the shortstop. Strong throw to first. Safe. off the bag. And there's another base runner for the Blue.
It's a nice throw from shortstop Lanai Lewis. Trying to get it there in time.
Yep, just pulled Hadley off the bag a little. Brings up Megan Shirey.
Shirey headed to UMBC to continue her softball career, majoring in environmental science.
Takes a high pitch for a ball. University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Plays third base and catches. First team all-conference, first team all-state selection as well.
Right down the middle, called strike, 1-1. So the two starting pitchers, Kinsley Hall, Indian River, working in her second inning for the Gold, and Savannah Laird from Apo, the Blue. There's a swing at a high and outside pitch for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes to Shirey.
And this pitcher-catcher duo here for the Gold team, Kinsley Hall and Lily Hoban, have been together all year, both from Indian River.
Going outside with it. Call third strike. Shirey's out number 1. And that should bring up Kalia Reynolds. Reynolds from Milford High School. Plays for Coach Sean Brennan's team. They had a pretty good year, made the tournament this year. Down low for a ball.
Kalia Reynolds had a 1.67 ERA this year for the Milford Buccaneers. She is headed to Towson to major in nursing. First team all-conference pitcher, second team all-state.
Ground ball right to the shortstop. She'll step on the bag. Out number 2, and the double play as she gets Reynolds at first on a bang-bang play. So again, pitcher Kinsley Hall will face the minimum in the top of the second. As we'll go to the bottom of the second. The Gold already on top by a score of 2-0. Close play down there.
Nice heads-up play by the shortstop Lanai Lewis. As close as she was to the bag, just to keep that and take it herself. Strong arm across the infield.
The group back here is questioning the call. We're going to say it takes 2. 2 outs.
Oh, we had to laugh. The PA announcer
my friend.
giving the umpire a little ribbing. PA announcer is Brian Corey, and he really put this whole thing together. Congratulations to him. Great job, him and his staff.
One left for 1.5, 2-0 Gold.
So we head to the bottom of the second, and who do we have up for the Gold here?
Toretto in right center.
Jillian Collins will lead off, followed by Haley Justice and Cameron Sockrider.
Okey-doke.
We have to explain something to you, please. It's not been hit. It's not been hit. Just please come to the
Jillian Collins from Indian River. Once again, great job by the Indians this year to get to the state championship for the first time in 25 years for that program. Falling short in that game to Caravel. Nothing game through 4 innings of that state championship game, and then Caravel pushed across a couple of runs in the 5th and then did a little bit more damage in the 6th to win that one game. Called strike, painting the outside part of the plate is Laird.
Jillian Collins headed to Delaware Valley to major in animal science, pre-professional, play field hockey and softball.
And she takes a ball high, evens the count at 1-1.
First team all-conference outfielder for Indian River.
I'm sure the Indians had quite a few on that first team all-conference.
Yeah, big part of their success this year.
Yep. That missed high for ball 2. So Laird goes 2-1 on Collins. Just can't say enough about how nice the weather is for this game tonight. Change of pace missed outside, so it's a 3 or a 2-2 count. I thought it was 3-1. Scoreboard's wrong.
It is 3-1.
Mm-hmm. Laird trying not to issue a walk here, but she missed high, so the leadoff batter on here in the bottom of the second. Again, Jillian Collins. Brings up number 17, Haley Justice from Sussex Tech. And I'm assuming that we're going to see her pitch a little bit later on tonight.
We will. She is headed to Frederick Community College to play softball and major in biology.
Called strike outside part of the plate. Laird gets ahead of her 0-1. I'm hearing a lot of science degrees going for by a lot of the girls. Good for them.
Yeah, it was interesting as I was talking to some of the girls tonight just to get some information from them. A lot of them are interested in the science fields.
Swing and a miss on that outside pitch, so Laird is in front here, 0-2.
It's a nice quick snap off by Edavane, trying to pick her off at first.
Almost had her go for that rise ball. A ball and 2 strikes.
And Haley Justice at the plate now. I believe their plan is we will see her pitch innings 4 through 6 this evening.
Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Savannah Laird. Savannah Laird headed to Virginia Wesleyan to continue her softball career and her academic career as well. First pitch right down the middle to number 13, Cam Sockrider from Sussex Central, a late addition to the Gold squad. Happy to be here.
She's headed to Del Tech to continue her softball career. Was a second-team all-conference selection for Coach John Wells at Sussex Central this year.
Good program down there at Del Tech Owens campus. 0-2 count on Sockrider. Way outside and high. Count runs 1-2. Again, Collins down at first.
Laird seems to have settled down in the circle this inning after she hit a couple of the batters.
That one's fouled
in the
back
first inning.
Out of play.
Coming back inside with that pitch.
Yep. Now, if they hit one just right, we might see it here in the booth.
There is just enough of a gap. I think it could get in here to us.
Yeah, it's possible. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Got her a nice location on that pitch by Laird. 2 strikeouts this inning, two gone. And it's Collins, who was a leadoff walk down at first. Here's McKenna Boyle.
McKenna Boyle also from Sussex Central, headed to Shippensburg to play field hockey, first team All-State, first team All-Conference.
Edavane taking a hard look down there at Collins at first. That misses, so 2-0 count now to Sockrider. No, this is not Sockrider. This is McKenna Boyle. That's popped up, foul down the right field line and out of play. 2 balls and a strike to Boyle. Collins retreats to first. We're in the bottom of the second. The Gold has an early 2-0 advantage on the Blue. And that one is stroked out the on the cutoff. The relay to third hits the runner. But they do keep the batter at first, so it's first and third with 2 outs. Sharply hit.
Will bring
Blue.
So
batter, number 11, Carly Venables.
a lot of times you'll see coaches have something on here with runners on the corners. Now there are 2 outs, so it'll be interesting to see if the Gold and Coach Fetterman wants to try something here, and what will the Blue do to react. They're going to throw down, and it goes out into center field, so it didn't work. The runner will score on the throw down to second, making it 3-0, and an 0-1 count on Venables. That ball just sailed a little bit on Edavane.
Carly Venables, another player we've seen through the year, put down sacrifice bunt after sacrifice bunt to help that Laurel team make it into the tournament as well. They also had a tough road to try to get through Caravel.
Yeah.
Seems that I think the past 3 years that's been their road through the tournament.
Yeah.
We talked to Coach Jody Green. She said just once I want to be on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah, she was talking to myself and Randy Johnson, the Caravel coach, before the game, and she said, you know, somehow we've got to get on the other side of the bracket from you one of these years. 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. So Laird actually strikes out the side, but the Blue will give up another run. The Gold, at the end of 2 innings, has a 3-0 lead here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware.
You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Here at Griffin Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, paninis, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food.
Thank you, Smyrna. Thank you, concession stand.
All right, we're back here to start the top of the third inning. Blue, both innings, has got their lead runner on base, but have been unable to get past second. Meanwhile, the Gold, 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, and Kinsley Hall will take a 3-0 lead here at the top of the third inning. And leading off for the Blue should be Morgan Moxley from Caravel Academy, followed by Abby Baldwin and Jada Church. And will be batters 7 through 9 in the lineup, then they'll turn the lineup over. So Kinsley Hall doing a very good job so far. 2 shutout innings.
Coming to the plate, second baseman from Caravel. She is headed to Salisbury University to play softball. Salisbury had a great season, just lost in the final championship game.
No pad and pen for Mr. Corey here. All right, now leading up the top of the third for the blue team, number 5, Morgan Moxley.
All right, Moxley ready against Kinsley Hall. Now we have a little delay for stoppage. And oh, we're short a fielder. That would do it. So hustling out to left field is Mia Barone from Sussex Academy. Now we're ready to go. Top of the third inning. Morgan shots to right field, and the right fielder going back. Caitlin Horton for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that brings up Abby Baldwin.
The batter, number 7, Abigail Baldwin.
Baldwin from Conrad, the Red Wolves. One of their better hitters this year.
She will be attending Middle Tennessee State. She was first team Diamond State Conference player from Conrad this year.
Takes a called strike from Hall. Again, the theme is go south, young lady, go south. Middle Tennessee.
Listen, if you're going to play softball, you may as well go where the weather's nice.
Swing and a miss, 0-2 count on Baldwin. I mean, even Salisbury and Del Tech, that's south for me.
It is.
For you too. There's a pitch low for a ball. 1-2 count on Baldwin. We're going to assume this is the last inning for pitcher Kinsley Hall.
I think you're right.
Be her third inning. Then we're either going to see Kaylin Yoder or Haley Justice. That one's high for a ball. Evens a count of 2-2 on Baldwin. 1 out here in the top of the third inning. 3-0, the Gold on top. Pitch is down in the dirt, and the count runs full. Year and make semis for the first time in school history. And she said, Glenn, man, here's the pitch. That's high ball. Ooh, called a strike. There's out number 2. And that brings up the bottom of the order and Jada Church. Jada Church, hailing from the Charter School of Wilmington. Anyhow, she said, Glenn, I only had 4 players on my roster that played travel ball. And for us to get to the semis, that was pretty good accomplishment. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pitch called strike.
Good job, Jada.
0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the third. All these seniors playing their final high school softball game. She held back.
And what's nice to see is the opportunities that are available to these girls moving forward at the college level, and so many of them, you know, have the ability to move on and further their softball career and go get an education.
A little half swing right to the shortstop, throw to first, picked, and that's the final out. So again, the minimum batters face Kinsley Hall. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. We go to the bottom of the third. Score still 3-0 with the Gold coming up. As we keep it right here. Once again, our thanks today to the 302 Sports crew. This is a Benny Mitchell production. We have Nick Halliday operating our camera. And if we see him, we'll definitely give credit to Ben Fulton for being here, our still photographer. I'm Glenn Fraser alongside Shannon Timmons.
Once again, it's for $100.
Looks like we're going to see Savannah Laird in the circle for one more inning this evening.
Here's the number. Please collect it here. Number
She's had a
365971. It's for $146.
She's had a great couple innings after the plunked a few batters in that first inning and then seemed to settle down and struck out 4 after that. So she just had to get settled in. And what I like about her is not afraid to go inside on these hitters, takes their power away. Has a nice mix of pitches, great curveball.
Well, she's got to be around close to the top or just past that for the Gold.
Starting off with Lily Fetterman
okay.
in the 3-hole, Kaylin Yoder and Kenzie Whaley.
And I think both the Delmarva Christian Royal girls were hit by pitch their first time up.
Correct. You are correct.
Here's Fetterman. The corners are up. Takes a called strike. And I think you're right. I think Laird really settled in that second inning, and she's firing. And a strikeout for Laird. So that's what, number 5 for her?
5.
Now here's Kaylin Yoder, dangerous batter. She was in the home run derby for the Gold.
Produced a lot of offense for her team as well as. I know we've talked over and over again, it's always nice to see pitchers that can hit and help their cause. Kaylin Yoder certainly one of them.
Swung right through a fastball. So she's in the hole 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2 count. Laird firing right now. I'll tell you, one of the best pitching performances I saw from Savannah Laird was last year in the semifinal round against Sussex Central. She was matching Madge Layfield inning for inning.
I agree.
And it ended up being a 1-run win for Sussex Central, who went on to lose by a run to Caravel in the state championship game. I think that's how close Appo was to getting there. Got her on an inside pitch. 6 strikeout for Laird, and she is dealing here.
Great placement on these pitches. We're sitting right behind home plate. We can watch that ball move. She's spinning the ball really well tonight.
Is that how many strikeouts in a row now? 3 in a row?
3 in a row.
3 in a row and 6 overall. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little trouble in that first inning, hitting a couple of batters and a walk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just not warmed up or not settled in.
Swing and a miss. Batter up there is Mackenzie Whaley from Laurel High School.
Playing center field, her normal position for Jody Green down there in Laurel.
Swing and a miss and an outside pitch. Striking out the side, Savannah Laird finishes strong. As we are through 3 innings here in the Blue Gold All-Star Softball game from Smyrna, it's 3-0 Gold on top of the Blue. Right back after this.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the Raw Bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
Dominique and Stephanie for more details. That was my big surprise. Come on down. Spin the wheel.
And we're back here to start the top of the fourth inning. The new pitcher in the circle for the Gold is Haley Justice from Sussex Tech. The rest of the defensive alignment remains the same here in the top of the fourth. And we should be around to the leadoff batter for the Blues, Skylar Elazar, who, when she takes the field, will be out in left for head coach Shirey.
And this is a different setup. These players are hitting in the first couple of innings but not playing the field, and then they will swap innings 5 through 9.
She's donated the $146 back to Mr. Dave Morrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Testing my bookkeeping skills this evening, trying to keep track of all this.
Yep. Elazar talking to head coach Shirey right now. And she did lead off with a walk her first time up on a close pitch.
But then was thrown out trying to steal second.
Yeah. And that was a bang-bang play down at second base.
I guess it
thought
was.
she slid under the tag, but the tag was high. Must have got her before she got the foot in there. All right, so here's Elazar. Swing and a miss at an outside pitch.
Our new pitcher now is Haley Justice for the Gold team. At the plate is number 1, Skylar Elazar.
So Elazar only one look at Kinsley Hall. Now she's got a different pitcher out there. Misses outside for a ball. 1-1 count. Hear a lot of chatter coming from that blue dugout. And that was an interesting pitch there. It looked like a rise ball, and then the bottom fell out. So a drop ball that missed. 2 balls and a strike. Elazar swings through that outside pitch. It's a 2-2 count. I got to admit, I have not seen a lot of Justice this year.
No, me neither. And she's headed to Frederick Community College to major in biology and continue her softball career. So she's held down the fort for the past couple of years. Nice change-up.
Yeah.
Kind of floating that in there. She's held down the fort in the circle for Sussex Tech for these past couple seasons. Coach John Marvel has made her kind of the go-to kid there. So
swing and a miss at an outside pitch. There's a strikeout for Justice. Elazar goes down. That brings up Summer Montgomery. Summer from Middletown High School.
The batter, number 12, Summer Montgomery.
Blue looking for a base runner this inning.
Yep. Summer Montgomery headed to Alvernia.
Takes pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
Alvernia has some Delaware softball players and field hockey players in their programs.
Change up, misses high and outside, a ball and a strike.
Justice throwing that backflip change. It's hard to get out of your hand and keep low in the zone.
Montgomery fouled that outside pitch off.
What makes that backflip changeup so effective, though, is as it's traveling in, it's rotating backwards compared to, you know, the batter's eye trying to pick up the ball, moving forward, making forward progress towards you, but the ball is actually spinning backwards. So that is very deceptive if pitchers can get a handle on that backflip change.
Down low, count evens at 2-2. Riley Thomas from St. Mark's is on deck. Montgomery digs in. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside, full count. Again, some good chatter coming from that blue dugout for their batters up to plate. Ground ball right down the line and fair. Montgomery around first. She's heading to second base. The throw is cut off, and there's a double, the first extra base hit of the ball game.
And speaking of that chatter going on the dugout, Glenn, you know, it's nice. These players are typically on the opposite teams during the season. They might have a teammate or two here, but, you know, they're playing against each other normally. So to see them come together and root for each other tonight's a really nice way to cap their seasons off.
Home plate umpire calls time to get their rotation set. And now we're ready to go. One out. Montgomery at second base with a double. There's a shot, line drive right to the second baseman. And that's a quick, easy out. Zoe Coco makes the catch. 2 gone here, and it brings up the cleanup batter, Michaela Brantley from Smyrna High.
Number 17, Michaela Brantley.
First scoring threat the Blue has had in the ball game here in the top of the 4th.
Brantley with a .328 batting average for the season. So maybe she can get something done here for her team.
Offered at that low outside pitch, but she checked, so 1-0 count. If she can somehow slice one out to right field, there's plenty of room down that line. There's the outside pitch. She tried it. Foul ball.
Well, we talk about all the time how important it is to try to be able to hit the ball behind your runners. Makes it easier for coaches to score runs and have confidence in sending that runner home. And the throw from right field is a long throw. Ground balls to the outfield are some of the hardest plays to come up and make that throw to home on a dime, as you know, so to speak, to put a tag on. So there's a lot of things that have to happen to make those outs.
Pitch inside, and that missed for a ball. Blue trying to get on the board here in the top of the 4th inning, trailing the Gold 3-0.
Brantley going to Georgia Southern as an outfielder, majoring in education. She's actually done some pitching in her career as well.
Outside pitch. And that is a called strike, so that evens the count at 2-2.
So she certainly knows this game from inside the circle as well as out. I think that gives hitters a big advantage.
Yep. All right, Brantley is set. Justice, full count delivery, or 2-2 delivery. Ground ball right through the hole on the right side. Montgomery's being waved home. Here's the throw. It's in time, but offline just a little. And a single and an RBI for Brantley, and she'll move up to second on the throw. The Blues on the board. It's now 3-1.
And she did exactly what we were just talking about, able to get that ball on the ground to right field, behind the runner. Hardest play to make at the plate. Hoban did a great job of picking up that throw and trying to get that runner as she was moving to second, knowing the run was going to score.
Missing first pitch, a ball to number 19, Megan Shirey. And again, the Blue with an opportunity here to get another run. Shirey swings through that pitch, 1-1 count. Nice throw, though, on the base hit from the right fielder, Horton. Ooh, Shirey got hit. That's our 3rd hit batter of the game. But the first Blue batter to receive the hit by pitch. So now runners at first and second with 2 outs for the Blue. And that'll bring up Kylia Reynolds, who's playing first base.
We will see her pitch for the Blue team later on this evening. Coming out of Milford High School, headed to Towson University over there in Baltimore, major in nursing.
Takes a called strike on the outside part of the plate.
Justice doing a really nice job of painting that corner.
There's an off-speed pitch that bounced out in front of the plate. So a ball and a strike to Reynolds, who, as we said, she's one of the exceptions to the rule that we've seen today. She's actually batting and playing in the field. She's the first baseman. And as Shannon said, we'll see her in the circle later on.
And that is because she will come on to pitch later, Glenn, when they make those defensive changes. And, you know, I really credit to Haley Justice. I like the fact she's trying to use that changeup just to see if they'll swing. What will they chase? Can she get them to bite on that changeup?
Just missed the outside part of the plate. Count runs 3-1. Justice in danger of loading the bases here. So here's the 3-1 delivery. And it misses for ball 4. Now the sacks are full. And that brings up Morgan Moxley from Caravel Academy. And we've seen her do some damage at the plate this year.
We certainly have. And she's come up in big moments for Caravel and Coach Randy Johnson up there. And credit to Kylia Reynolds in that at-bat, just to be so patient.
All right, let's see if we can get the
You're
static.
done good. I'm just trying to give you a little breather. Where was that last pitch? Was it inside or not, or was it just?
I guess it was in, but it looked like a strike to me.
It did look like a strike to me. That's all right. Listen, shake it off. Is this Holdsworth?
No,
This is Moxley.
Yeah.
This is Moxley. Okay. Either way, she got a little pop. We don't want to give her anything down the middle. So a lot of times we try to overcompensate. So just take a breath. Have fun. Okay? You got it. All right, let's go.
We're good.
Come on, we got 2.
That was head coach Rachel Fetterman, and that came in pretty good. And her little meeting in the circle, and you heard one player say, "Is this Holdsworth coming up?" They didn't hear us say she's not here tonight. It's the other Caravel girl.
Yeah, well, you know, so we talked about that lineup. Pick any Caravel girl.
Yeah, right.
They're always a challenge to get out.
All right, here's Moxley to face Justice. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Blue trailing 3-1.
Moxley flied out.
Ground ball to short. Makes the play. Throw to first is not. Gets away from the first baseman. We're going to have a tie game. And maybe more than that. Reynolds is going to score. Now we've got a dead ball. I think we've got interference, runner's interference. Interfering with the shortstop. None of those runs are going to count. Yep, so instead of what would have been a tie or even a lead for the Blue, we're going to have interference on the runner that was at second, interfering with the shortstop's throw and catch, and that will end the inning. So the Blue gets 1 run back. They leave the sacks full. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's a 3-1 lead for the Blue as we keep it right here. So now it looks like we're going to see, I think we're going to see Kylia Reynolds pitch the next 3 innings. So Reese Found from Middletown will pitch the final 3 for the Blue. And then Kaylin Yoder will pitch the final 3 innings for the Gold.
Runs, 3 hits, there was 2 left. After 3.5, 3-1, Gold.
Unfortunate set of circumstances there for the Blue, as they could have taken the lead there. I thought that was going to be very close to interference. And the third base umpire made the correct call. Got no argument from head coach Nikki Shirey, who was at the third base coach's box. And it will be Kylia Reynolds here for the Blue to take over here in the 4th for Laird. Laird ran into a little bit of trouble in the first inning, but, man, she came on like gangbusters in the second and the third.
Absolutely. She was wheeling, dealing, ended up with 7 strikeouts, only giving up 2 hits, 3 runs. And once she settled in, she was spot on.
So the rest of the defense remains the same for the Blue. It's Downs in left, Griffin in center, Vitola in right, Duca at second, Edwards still at short, Purnell at third, Edivane catching. Now we have a new first baseman because that's where Reynolds was. So that's Abby Baldwin from Conrad. So that's the change for the Blue defensively.
I know one thing, I'm glad we don't play by these rules all season long. It would definitely definitely make scorekeeping and announcing a challenge all season long.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing they gave us their lineup for the first 5 and then the last 4 and
Absolutely.
their defense.
Absolutely.
So
looks like we've swapped out some umpires too on the crew here.
Yeah. Well, we had a mix of upstate, downstate umps here tonight. Once again, they've volunteered their time and traveled to come down here and umpire. So again, it's Jim Miles, Ed Morris, Dave Wilson,
Batter number 20, Parker Keeler.
Ron Kinslow, Rob Maloney, Ozzie May, and Ron Lynham. First pitch, fouled off for a strike. Parker Keeler's up, representing Woodbridge for the gold.
Parker and her sister Peyton play for mom Dion Keeler down there in Woodbridge. Both these girls are headed to Newberry College in South Carolina to play field hockey.
Here's the delivery from Reynolds. Misses inside for a ball, 1-1 count. We had a real strong breeze right when we started this game. It's died terribly, as this game is just about an hour old.
Kalia Reynolds ended the season with a 1.67 ERA, 102 regular season strikeouts, 13-3 season record.
Ooh, she got the outside corner call there. The ball on 2 strikes.
So she held down the circle. I'm sorry, Glenn. She held down the circle for the Milford Bucks and Coach Sean Brennan.
A lot of good pitching around the state this year. That one missed high, 2-2 count. Parker Keeler and her sister Peyton, both on the gold squad. Peyton's been playing defense as she's been out left field.
They will actually bat in the same place in the order when they switch. Nice curveball by Kalia Reynolds to clip the outside corner of that plate. She was excited to get that call.
It's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. That brings up
Amara Cropper, third baseman from Sussex Central.
Reynolds missed low and outside for a ball. The blue defense respecting the batter here as they are backed up quite a bit in the outfield.
I was just going to say, with a 407 batting average for the year, headed to Del Tech to play softball. What an incredible run they had this year as well.
Cropper missed or takes an outside pitch. She's ahead in the count, 2-0. Fouls that one off at the plate. 2 balls and a strike.
Reynolds coming inside.
Let's again set that blue defense for you. It's Griffin in center, Downs in left, Vitola in right, Duca at second. Shortstop is Edwards, third base is Purnell. There's the pitch, that's fouled off way out in front of that one, 2-2 count. Edivane behind the dish. Reynolds is in the circle and over to first base.
Be interested to see if Kalia Reynolds comes back with a change in speed after she's so far out in front of that pitch, or if she's going to work the outside corner again.
Over at first base is Abby Baldwin from Conrad. Oh, this is high and outside. Count is full.
Looks
Scoreboard says 3-1, but it's 3-2.
So it looks like she tried to take a little bit something off that pitch, but just couldn't find the zone.
Hey, Reynolds kind of making some ground crew adjustments out there beyond the rubber. Now she's set. Line shot into left center field. That will go to the fence. Quickly getting it, retrieving it to center fielder, and they're going to hold her to a single. Good job by Griffin to get that ball in quickly. Griffin from Red Lion Christian Academy. So there's a 1-out single, and it brings up number 7, Jillian Collins from the Indian River High School program.
We can hear Coach Sean Brennan from the dugout now telling his team, watch hands, watch hands. Jillian Collins, known as a bunter, leads off for Indian River.
She offered but pulled back. The pitch was a little high. Probably a good pitch to waste on a possible bunt attempt. And you can see what she wants to do. She did run the hands up the bat.
Well, it's important, strategy to know that this is a possible bunt situation. You can keep the ball up in the zone. Those pitchers are hard to get down for bunts.
That misses high, so 2-0 count.
So Kalia keeping the ball up in the zone. It does make a bunter's job that much harder to get a ball down and to keep it in fair play.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Gets a bunt down nicely, fielded by the third baseman, quickly over to first. Sacrifice is good. Runner moves up to second. That's the 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And that was Sabri Purnell at third base from William Penn.
And she jumped on that one quick. For the second out of the inning, 2 outs, runners at second.
Lead batter number 17, Haley Justice.
Brings up Haley Justice, the pitcher from Sussex Tech. Low and outside, ball 1. And if the Blue can get out of this inning, credit center fielder Griffin on that long shot to left center field for getting that ball in quick and holding the batter to a single. So called strike, 1-1.
Yeah, I agree. Holding Cropper to a single could be critical for them in this inning.
She's at second with 2 outs. Good
nice
change up.
Change up by Reynolds.
So she gets ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
Her reaction looked like she surprised herself a little bit on that.
Gets the sign from her catcher, Marissa Edevane. Got her on an outside pitch. Nicely done by Kalia Reynolds. No runs, 1 hit, 1 batter left as we go through the top of the 5th right after these messages on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sport.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area for dependable HVAC services. Give us a shout or a bark at Barclay Heating and Air. Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keep
Delaware Blue Gold All-Star Softball game. So now we have changes. So let's start with the defensive alignment for the Gold now. At first base is McKenna Boyle. I'm going to check that number, make sure.
She is leading off this inning as well.
And that should be Lily Fetterman at second base now. Carly Venables from Laurel at short. Amara Cropper at third. Around the outfield and left, Jillian Collins, Mackenzie Whaley in center. And I don't know whether they put Parker Keeler in right or Mia Barone.
So leading off for the Blue team, number 15, Elena Griffin.
I think that's Parker Keeler out there.
Okay, behind the dish, Lily Hoban. And the second inning of work for Haley Justice from Sussex Tech in the circle. There's a shot line drive right over the shortstop's head. So
that
leading off.
Elena Griffin.
She's going to stretch it to 2. And Griffin with a leadoff double. From Red Lion Christian Academy. She's played good defense out in center, and she ripped that line drive right over the head of Carly Venables.
It's going to bring number 9, Marissa Edevine in. Catcher from DMA.
Ground ball, left side, deep in the hole. Throw across the diamond by Venables. Gets her. Dug out nicely at first base by McKenna Boyle. And they hold the runner to second.
Nice play by Venables going in that 5-6 hole deep with that backhand. Still able to get the throw across the infield to get her out.
Brings up number 14, Angelina Edwards from Red Lion. Bouncing up there. Nice stop by Hoban.
Edwards been playing a lot of shortstop. She's done her fair share of pitching in her career as well.
Her father, the head coach up there at Red Lion. 1-0 pitch. Gets the outside corner. It's 1-1. Griffin at second base with a leadoff double. And here's her teammate, Angelina Edwards. Ground ball right through the box. hesitated a little, but still making the play at first is Justice to get out number 2. The runner moves up to third base, and that brings up Sabri Purnell. Purnell from William Penn at Colonial, trying to keep this inning alive and maybe get this to a one-run ball game.
She is headed to Howard University next year.
There's a line shot. That's a high fly ball to deep center. Backing up, gone. A home run for Sabri Purnell, and that gives Blue a tie at 3-3. First home run of the night, and the Blue dugout has emptied out at home plate. The Gold has come back to tie this one up at 3, and that will bring up Annika Downs, number 8 from DMA. Bases clear, 2 outs now. It looked like Kenzie Whaley had a beat on that all the way in center field. She backed up to the fence and just ran out of room. Another shot right back through the box and a base hit for Downs. She's a 2-out base runner at first, and that brings up Savannah Laird, who did an awesome job pitching in the first 3 innings.
I had a chance to speak with Annika Downs prior to the game, and she's headed for an internship to become a medical anesthetician. So more of that science field we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Laird takes high and outside for ball 1.
Laird headed to Virginia Wesleyan, for pre-nursing.
That's still south.
Absolutely.
Hey, a shot down the right field line. It's a foul ball just by inches.
Foul ball.
Foul ball.
Running hard all the way around the bases was Annika Downs. Now she's got to retreat to first, and her and Laird have a little bit of a laugh, and she probably told Savannah, hey, give me a breather.
A little bit of a delayed call there.
That just missed from scoring a run and probably getting extra bases for Laird. She takes a ball down low, 2-1 count.
Justice ready to deliver.
And there's a little humpback line up the middle, a hop, throw over to second, and they get the force at second base. So the top half of the 5th is over, but the Blue comes back on a 2-run home run by Kalia Reynolds and ties the game at 3-3.
2-run home run by Sabri Purnell.
Sabri Purnell. I'm sorry, Sabri Purnell.
Sabri Purnell.
Yes, I'll say it right, and you get to play it right.
I asked several times, and I'm still going to mispronounce it, unfortunately. We're doing the best we can there, kiddo.
3-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Kalia Reynolds in the circle. And she had a shutout inning in the 4th. And the Gold will turn the lineup over now. I believe they have a new set of offensive players in.
They will, and we will start at the top. So leading off for Gold this inning would be Shania Lewis, then her sister Lanaya Lewis, and then Caitlin Hortland.
In the field now for the Blue team, at first Abigail Baldwin. At second, Morgan
Okay, so the
Moxley.
Blue has defensive changes, and we'll get those for you. Abby Baldwin is now at first, Morgan Moxley at second, Riley Thomas at short, and Megan Shirey at third. Out in left field is Skylar Elazar. Michaela Brantley from Smyrna is in center. Jada Church in right, and Summer Montgomery is the new catcher. And she will catch Kalia Reynolds' second inning of work here in the bottom of the 5th. A new ball game, all tied at 3-3.
Leading off for the Gold in the bottom of the 5th, number 19, Shania Lewis.
Shania Lewis from Sussex Tech will lead things off for the Gold here in the bottom of the 5th against Kalia Reynolds.
We mentioned before, she's headed to Bryant College to major in biology.
First pitch missed outside.
Can't give these players credit enough for able to play high school softball, but also to move on and continue their careers and get an education at the same time. It's a great opportunity, and many of these girls are taking advantage of that.
That time Reynolds gets the outside corner, so that even. Shania Lewis from the Ravens. Swings right through that drop ball from Reynolds. Ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tie game here in the Blue Gold All-Star Softball contest, 3-3. Gold jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Blue came back and tied it. And that missed low and inside, so 2-2. Shannon, for once, maybe all season, have the luxury of being close to home after this game's over.
That's true. We've done a lot of traveling upstate.
That's fouled out in the parking lot down over the dugout of the Blue. Count holds a 2-2. Shania Lewis battling at the dish.
Reynolds set to deliver.
Another foul back. Count holds a 2-2.
Great work by Shania Lewis at the plate. We've talked all season about quality at bats and seeing 6 or more pitches, and that's number 6 for her.
Reynolds collects herself behind the rubber. Now she's set. 2-2 delivery. Missed down low and inside, full count. Reynolds looks in to the catcher, Summer Montgomery.
To Lewis.
Ground ball to short. Big hop. Throw over to first. Not in time. She's safe. Beats it out. Tough play for Riley Thomas. It almost took 2 bounces before it took a big hop to her.
Well, and Lewis with speed. Line in a hurry.
Beats that out for an infield single, and that brings up Lanaya Lewis, her sister. See if she can move her down to second.
And she participated in the home run hitting contest before the game and put 5 out here. So
showing bunt, pulls it back, high pitch. The runner goes anyhow. Okay. So maybe no longer showing bunt. And again, as Shannon just said, she has power. 1-0 count. Lanaya all set. Swings through an outside pitch. Good placement by Reynolds. Tough pitch to hit.
I tell you, Reynolds is doing a great job this evening hitting that outside corner.
Yeah, I'm impressed. She's doing a pretty good job out there. First time I've seen her all year. 1-1 delivery. Took something off of that one. Lewis out in front of it. Fouls it down the third base line. A ball and 2 strikes.
Nice change of speed by Reynolds.
She's mixing the pitches up well. I don't really see, obviously the pitchers are not wearing wristbands. I don't see the catchers looking into the dugout that much. I think it's pretty much the catcher's game.
Well, and I think it's tough. You know, these players just came together earlier this evening and were divided up, you know, among teams and said, here's your positions. And, you know, they do know each other. There's a little bit of familiarity usually, but, you know, pitcher-catcher combos are tough. And that's why I said we had Kinsley Hall, you know, thrown to her battery mate, you know, Lily Hoban, and that makes a big difference. So credit to the pitchers and catchers this evening for having to make those types of adjustments on the fly.
Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Big strikeout there. And that brings up Horton. Caitlin Horton from Caesar Rodney. And her teammate, Peyton Shields, was chosen for this game, but suffered a knee injury midway through the season. I talked to Peyton earlier. It's been a tough year for her. the Riders still managed to qualify for the tournament, even losing their starting pitcher, who's headed to Fairfield University.
And Caitlin Horton, her teammate here, is headed to Dell State, also to play softball.
That pitch is high and out of the zone, and alertly Lewis steals third, nobody covering. Smart job by her and head coach Rachel Fetterman for realizing that third base was charging on the bunt attempt. Short was over, and with the speed of Lewis, she easily took that bag.
Defensive shift just left that open, and heads up play for her as a base runner.
One out here, runner at third, representing the lead run in this ball game in the bottom of the fifth inning.
1-1 count to Horton. Reynolds delivers.
Gets the bunt. No, she found a straight back, ball and 2 strikes. Horton, you said going to Delaware State University?
Yes.
That's still south.
It is.
From here.
South from here, you're right.
Not much.
You're trying to prove that point tonight, aren't you, Glenn?
Not by much. I was trying to figure out Towson earlier tonight. I think that's just a lateral move. Ground ball to short.
Nice
They're
pick
going to
by
let the
Thomas.
runner go. The runner scored. Lewis got a great break on that, and the shortstop, Thomas, had to go to first base. She gets the second out, but there's an RBI for Cesar Rodney's Caitlin Horton.
The batter, number 9, Lily Hoban.
Brings up the catcher, Lily Hoban. From Indian River, bases are clear with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Gold retakes the lead now, 4-3. Missing high and outside for a ball. Kalia Reynolds in her second inning of work for the Blue. And then after next inning, it looks like it's going to be Reese Founds from Middletown taking over in the circle for the Blue. The final 3 innings of the game. Ground ball, second base, big hop, throw to first. No, can't get at that one. I guess that's a E2, or excuse me, E4 on Morgan Moxley. She had to rush the throw and just got it down a little bit too low.
Kinsley Hall.
And Abby Baldwin unable to dig it out. So there's a 2-out base runner, and that brings up Kinsley Hall, who pitched the first 3 innings. She's up to bat here with 2 outs and a runner on first in the bottom of the fifth. Outside pitch for a ball.
Kinsley, another pitcher that's certainly capable of always helping out her cause at the plate. She's a good hitter at Indian River.
And she had a hit in that state championship game. One of the team's 4. Missing outside.
Finished the season with a .312 batting average, 20 hits, 14 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases all of her own. So able to produce some offense for her team as well.
She's ahead in the count here, 2-0. Ground ball, or that is foul off the fencing. 2 balls and a strike. Hoban the runner at first. And she's been getting a healthy lead. She's trying to draw a throw out of Summer Montgomery. So far, Summer not taking the bait.
Well, it's a rule of catching 101. You don't throw behind your runners.
Yeah.
Unless you know you can pick them off. If they've got a big lead and you throw behind them, you're just forcing them to advance.
Reynolds got the outside corner there. 2-2 count on Kinsley Hall. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Ground ball right to the box. Reynolds has it, flips to first for the final out of the inning. But the the Gold retakes the lead as they get a run scored off the speed of Shania Lewis to take a 4-3 lead to the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris They were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris. I would always pass.
We're back here for the 6th inning of play in this 9-inning game here, the Blue Gold All-Star Softball game featuring the best seniors in the state of Delaware. And we have confirmation that out in right field for the Gold is Parker Keeler. Kenzie Whaley in center, Jillian Collins in left, Carly Venables at short, Lily Fetterman at second, Cropper over at third, Boyle at first, and Haley Justice with her final inning of work here in the top of the 6th. Lily Hoban behind the plate. And we have leading off from Archmere Academy, Ryan Vitola for the Blue. Vitola headed to the University of South Carolina. We had another player that was going to South Carolina here tonight.
Do. And that is Skylar Elazar from Appoquinimink.
Yep. Those two pretty good friends as well. Ryan swings through a changeup from Justice, so she's in the hole 0-1. Another changeup, and that's a called second strike. 2 straight off-speed pitches to Vitola from Justice. Here's the 0-2. Another changeup, and she swings through that one. 3 straight changeups and a strikeout. That brings up Reese Founds from Middletown, who we expect to see pitching the next 3 innings for the Blue. This is down low for a ball. Blue trailing 4-3 after they tied it up on a 2-run homer by Sabri Purnell. Bounds is ready, and so is the pitcher. Justice, there's a shot, right field, and a shoestring catch is made for out number 2. Out there in right is Parker Keeler making the play. That brings up Gigi Duca from Smyrna High. She's a slap hitter, a lot of speed.
Kenzie Whaley out there.
See if she can get on for the top of the lineup, which would be Elena Griffin.
Duca headed to Wilmington University to play softball and major in criminal psychology. Ended the season with a .290 average.
And she takes an outside pitch for a called strike. I think she'll be joined at Wilmington University by a couple of her former Smyrna teammates.
There are a few of them up there.
Yeah.
Lexi Moore transferred back from UD to WilmU. Sarah Miller, third baseman at Smyrna, is at WilmU.
Of course, WilmU with that great run this year, first ever appearance in the World Series. That misses outside. 2 balls and a strike to Duca.
Coach Shehorn up there does a great job of recruiting in, Delaware players and keeping them home and playing for him up there.
Got the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2. And the home plate umpires have been very consistent in this game. They're calling that outside corner both sides of the plate.
They have been.
So you got to be ready for that if you're a batter. Swing and a miss at an outside pitch in a 1-2-3 inning for Justice. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Gold up 4-3 over the Blue. Low scoring game.
No hits, no one left.
I don't know whether I expected that coming in, but we are seeing some pretty good pitching out here this evening.
I was going to say, with the amount of pitching and the quality pitching across the state this year, I did expect it to be definitely in the favor of the pitchers and low scoring. They did a good job of distributing the pitching equally here this evening between both teams.
So going to the bottom of the 6th, you have Kalia Reynolds from Milford getting her final inning of work in, and then give way to Reese Founds.
And Justice will give way to Kaylin Yoder.
Right. It's going to be
finish.
tough. It's going to be tough for the Blue to come back.
That is going to be tough.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got Citizens Bank right behind me. Come see Stephanie and Dominique. Scan that QR
So when
code.
Reese Founds comes in, we'll have another same team battery as we did earlier with Indian River and Kinsley Hall and Hoban.
Yes.
Once again, they're doing their MVP awards.
And that just makes pitchers comfortable.
After the game is completed.
They know the person behind the plate, especially if they're calling pitches for them. It's just a level of comfort for pitchers.
Leading off for the Gold will be Peyton Keeler from Woodbridge to face Kalia Reynolds.
Number 21, Peyton Keeler.
We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here. Gold with a 4-3 lead over the Blue. A lot of movement on that pitch called strike. Started the outside part of the plate and went right over the middle. That pitch missed outside. Almost looked like she hit her hip that time on the delivery. Ball and a strike. As we have the lights on here now at the Smyrna Little Lass Complex. Here's the 1-1. Got the outside part of the plate, a ball and 2 strikes.
Reynolds really doing a nice job tonight of finding the corners, and she's on the plate just by, a couple of inches in the inside of the ball, so kind of a ball width.
Got the outside part of the plate, a called strike, and a strikeout to start off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now another lefty coming up.
And that is 4 strikeouts for Reynolds tonight.
Brings up Brandy Wines, Ella Hadley. So 7 strikeouts for Laird for the Blue. Reynolds so far has 4. Kinsley Hall had 2 for Indian River. Ground ball, foul up the first baseline. Justice, I'm not sure where Justice ended up with. Her 3 innings of work.
Justice ended up with 3 strikeouts, 3 runs, 4 hits,
Okay.
1 walk.
Reynolds gets the outside part of the plate again for a strike.
Reynolds
0-2
is
count.
dealing on that outside corner of these lefties.
So
Ella Hadley here at the plate, headed to the University of Delaware, looking to continue playing club softball there.
So far, there's a swing and a miss, another strikeout. That's number 5 for Kalia Reynolds. So far, the Blue pitching staff has more strikeouts. That's 12 now for the Blue and only 5 for the Gold, but the Gold leads by a score of 4-3. Brings up yet another left-handed batter. 3 in a row here. Change-up missed outside.
This is Zoe Coco.
Number 4, Zoe
A
Coco.
Del Wildcat.
She's also headed to Del Tech to play softball and study sonography.
Slap hitter took her lead. That's right down the middle for a called strike. A ball and a strike to
She
Coco.
ended the season with a .344 batting average, 10 stolen bases, first team all conference, third team all state.
That misses low for a ball. Now, even though Del Tech is south of here in Smyrna, she's actually going north from Del Mar to Georgetown.
She will be.
Del Tech, where Sussex Central played all their home games this year at the Owens campus. There's a called strike, evens the count of 2-2. And I'll have to defer to Benny. Will their high school field be ready for next season? 2-year deal, Benny says. So more games next year at that Del Tech Owens site. There's Reynolds' 2-2 delivery. Missed down low. It's a full count.
You know, Glenn, I did not get a chance to see Kalia Reynolds from Milford, who's in the circle right now, pitch at all this season. We just didn't get one of their games in.
Yeah.
But coached against her, in previous years, and really impressed with her maturity as a pitcher and how she's able to paint those corners.
Called third strike as you say that to end the inning. A 1-2-3 bottom of the sixth. We go to the seventh. It's a one-run ball game with the Gold leading 4-3. Back after this.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedic statewide has 29.
Glenn Fraser alongside Shannon Timmons. Benny Mitchell producing. Nick Halliday on camera. As we are headed to the seventh inning. Gold with a 4-3 lead. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead after 2 innings.
Right? That's it. Have you spoken?
Here's Nikki Shire.
Oh, they don't have one yet. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So.
All right. So they really don't. Yeah. When are you supposed to leave?
The end of August.
Okay.
So that's
all
good.
right.
I'm not supposed to.
Got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Right. Yeah. Nothing too early.
Yeah.
I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think you got great energy. Yeah.
That was the Blue head coach, Nikki Shirey, who's retiring after this game. This will be it for her. She wants to spend more time watching her daughter, Megan, who is here tonight for the Blue as she plays in college.
Yeah, she's headed to UMBC to further her education and her playing career. So Nikki wants to be able to travel and watch her play in college. And as we see now warming up out here, we have Kaylin Yoder coming in the circle for the Gold team.
Number 6, Kaylin Yoder.
And she'll face the top of the order for the Blue. Elena Griffin from Red Lion, Marissa Edevane from DMA, and Angelina Edwards from Red Lion. And that group of girls kind of got things started back in the 5th inning, or the 4th inning, when it appeared they were going to score and take the lead, and then there was an interference call.
Yeah, and we'll see Kaylin Yoder come on here. Kaylin headed to Liberty University to go play for Dot Richardson, who's one of our USA Olympic gold medalists. So certainly a wealth of knowledge in the game of softball. It's exciting to see Kaylin go on. See her head coach Rachel Fetterman come out.
Mm-hmm. So Yoder is also going to throw one more warm-up pitch. And then Lily Hoban from Indian River will deal it down to second. And we'll be ready for the 7th inning. 3 innings to go in this ball game. It's a one-run game with the Gold nursing a 4-3 lead. And here's Elena Griffin. First one to face Kaylin Yoder.
Elena Griffin.
Elena coming here from Red Lion. She's committed to Hope University to continue her education and play softball. Hit .430 for the season.
First pitch misses way outside for a ball.
Coach Edwards sent us some notes about her. She says she's a member of the homeschooling GCA program. She mentors younger children in her spare time.
Good for her.
It's always nice to know those extra little additional tidbits about these players.
Yes. Swing and a miss at an outside pitch, a ball and a strike. And when Yoder steps back to collect herself, she's way out there beyond the circle. We've seen her a couple times this year. She is a difficult pitcher to score on.
Known for that rise ball that she likes to throw.
And that's just kind of punched right back to the circle. Throw to first, dug out for out number 1. Nice job down there at first base by McKenna Boyle. That brings up Marissa Edevane. Marissa from Delaware Military Academy.
Number 9, Marissa
she
Edevane.
caught the first 4 innings tonight.
Marissa headed to Rollins College.
It's south.
It is. It's in Florida.
I know. I've got a good batting average tonight for Southern colleges.
Must be something about this Delaware winter these girls don't like. They're all packing up and heading south.
Yeah, the only ones that are going north are Wilmington University.
I don't blame them.
Kaylin Yoder behind in the count, 1-0. Oh, that hit her, and that has to hurt because she can bring it at high speed. Marissa Edevine threw her bat over to the dugout. Says, man, that how? She's a one-out base runner at first, and that brings up Angelina Edwards.
Yep. And he's a little shaky. I've seen her on before, so maybe we can get him over from. All right, let's go.
A little conversation there with the third base coach, Nikki Shirey, and Edwards, the batter.
Edwards also from Red Lion, headed to Millersville to continue her career.
North.
One of the only ones headed north. She must enjoy the snow. It doesn't matter. They're all going to fly south and play their spring season, you know, to get started down in Florida anyway. So even if they go north, they get to go south.
Edwards in the hole, 0-1. Showed bunt. She offered, and she missed it. So moving down to second base as the ball got away from Hoban is the base runner who was hit, Marissa Edevine. So she's a one-out base runner now at second, representing the tying run. 0-2 count on the batter.
Edwards, another former pitcher.
Yep. Reached out and went through that one. And there's a 3-pitch strikeout for Kaylin Yoder. And that brings up the home run hitter, Sabri Purnell. Can she do it again against one of the toughest pitchers in the state? And this year's Player of the Year.
The batter, number 20, Sabri Purnell.
Certainly Kaylin Yoder is going to provide all the speed and power that she needs. If she makes contact, it's very easy that it could go out of here.
Here's Sabri. Takes outside for ball one. And alertly getting a good lead down at second is Edevine because it's tough to catch Yoder. And if the ball gets past, she's going to easily move up to third base.
And there's 2 outs, so.
That's not a foul ball. That's a swing and a miss. So Edevine moves up to third with 2 outs and a 1-1 count on Purnell.
And that's where I say the battery of the pitcher and the catcher is so important.
Yeah.
Hoban not used to catching Yoder from different schools, obviously, so presents a challenge in her hanging on to some of those pitches.
Swinging a ball way out of the zone and just smiling, big smile on Purnell's face as she knew it. A ball and 2 strikes.
Yoder gets some decent movement on these pitches, so they batters have to be ready, and they're trying to make a decision whether they're going to swing or not. Sometimes they don't make the best decision. At least she can laugh it off.
It's even further outside and gets past the catcher. Here comes Edevine. It's a tie ball game at 4.
Hoban seemed to have a little bit of difficulty hanging on to some of those outside pitches from Yoder.
They're moving.
They are.
Yeah.
She spins the ball very, very well. We've seen that all season.
So the Blue scores a run on a hit batter, a wild pitch or a pass ball, and another pass ball, and another pass ball.
Yep.
And we're tied again at 4.
See if Purnell can't get a ball in play here. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And misses down low, full count. Yoder trying to get out of the inning. We're in the top of the 7th, all tied at 4-4 now. Yoder gives a nod to the catcher. Change up, missed high, and Purnell will get the bag. So she's homered and now walked. And that brings up Annika Downs.
And great discipline to come back from swinging at a pitch that was out of the zone. Purnell to come back and be disciplined against such a great pitcher like Yoder. Draw the walk for her team. Keep this inning going.
Missing outside for a ball. I think Yoder wanted that pitch. Didn't get it. 1-0 count. On deck, Savannah Laird. That's fouled up and over our press booth and over near the concession stand. A ball and a strike. Purnell over at first base. She drew a 2-out walk. Change up missed high. 2-1. Yoder looks in, hoping the catcher. That miss low and outside. 3-1 count. So the blue batter's doing a great job of being patient here.
They are, and Yoder's just missing on that outside pitch by about a ball width. It's not much. She just needs to kind of dial that in a little bit.
Here's the 3-1. That is straight back. A full count now. The base runner Purnell at first has the advantage. She can take off after this delivery. There she goes, and it's a swing and a miss at a rise ball for the final out of the top of the seventh. But the blue pushes across the tie run as we'll head to the bottom of the seventh, all tied up at 4-4. And we'll see a new pitcher for the blue here in the bottom of the seventh, Middletown's Reese Founds.
Something we never really get to do in softball. It's the 7th inning stretch.
So, Kaylin got 2 strikeouts there?
Yes.
Okay.
9 innings.
2 strikeouts, run scored, and 1 walk. Just there to Purnell at the end of that inning.
Reese Founds the new pitcher for the blue, and head coach Nikki Shirey from Middletown High School.
On the mound for the blue team. Middletown, number 11, Reese.
Had a lot of fun this year, Shannon, following all these players and these girls. And when we post up stories or the top 10s or whatever, or the Inside the Circle articles, we get a lot of play from all of them. They're now following us on Twitter, and it'll be good to hold on to them on the Twitter account as they go into college, and we can kind of follow their careers.
Absolutely. Reese Founds headed to Eckerd to also play softball. She's a first-team all-conference, first-team all-state at-large player, and her coach sent some notes about, you know, how much of a captain Reese has been and a leader for their program on the mound. She was awarded their team MVP and was Athlete of the Month at Middletown High School. So getting the job done in the circle, sounds like in the classroom, and being a leader as a senior. You know, you look to your older players to be leaders for you, and to kind of train those younger players to do the same as they move up. Sounds like Reese did a great job of that for Middletown High School this year.
Sure did, and they were in our top 10 for a lot of the season. Made the playoffs, and I believe they had a first-round bye. Were they in the top 8? I think they were in the top 8.
I believe so. Schaub
swings an outside pitch for a strike. Schaub hails from Indian River.
Third baseman at Indian River. Spent a year over there at Sussex Tech before she came back to Indian River.
Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Schaub going to the University of Delaware next year to major in education. Was a first-team all-conference, second-team all-state player.
Good eyes, because we don't have illumination here in the press booth, and it's getting tougher to see.
That flashlight on the good old iPhone might come in handy.
Yeah, might have to use that the next couple innings. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This is high and outside. Just wasting one there. See if she'd chase. Jay is one of 4 Indians from Indian River High School on the Gold Squad. That missed down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 7th inning in a tie ball game, 4-4. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Got her on a swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 14 for the blue pitching staff. First for Reese Founds. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And that brings up the outfielder, Mia Barone from Sussex Academy. Left-handed batter. Corners are up. Swing and a miss. Good location from Founds.
It is nice to be in this press booth this evening right behind home plate.
Yeah.
It's a great vantage point to see what pitchers are able to throw and how their balls move. Sometimes we're in the outfield at a lot of places.
A lot of times we're in the
A lot of times, and it certainly does give a different perspective. You know, I'm a pitching geek kind of person. That's sort of where I like to live, and it's always fun to sit back here and watch these girls throw.
That one bounced up there for a ball. Founds trying to get out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Good, decent crowd here tonight. Like I said, great weather for the game. Just missed low and outside. Blue dugout wanted that one.
And there is a good crowd. We can't really see for the tents that have been put up, but there's a nice hill here in Smyrna where a lot of fans can sit and watch the game.
Yeah.
And so our view is blocked by some of the tents that are here, but we have a line of people down the right field line and all the way down the left field line, people scattered out in the outfield. So great crowd to watch these seniors here tonight.
And now that the sun's down, I think both the bleachers are full. That missed, so the count runs full, 3-2. But it's very comfortable out here this evening. We've had some good weather lately. Sunday got a little hot, but we had a good breeze up here.
Well, we've had a great softball season altogether. Not a lot of rainouts, not a lot of games being rescheduled.
Swing and a miss, 2 strikeouts for Reese Founds. The 15th strikeout recorded by the Blue staff.
19, Shania Lewis.
And here's Shania Lewis. She scored the go-ahead run back in the 5th inning. That put the Gold up at the time 4-3. If she gets on her speed, you got to watch out. Should be 2 outs. There's a ball outside.
Nice movement on that pitch from Reese Founds.
Sussex Tech with another very competitive softball season again this year. Coach Marble and his squad. That missed outside, so Lewis ahead in the count 2-0.
Well, and if Founds is smart, she's going to know, Lewis can hit a ton. We saw that again pregame. She hit 5 out of here just in the home run hitting contest. So this is not someone that you want to put anything in her wheelhouse where she can drive a pitch. So she's just kind of playing around the zone. She's a little bit outside.
Yep, and now it's gone 3-0. There's a called strike right down the middle. The umpire almost lost his voice when he called out that strike. 3-1.
Nice mix of pitches after going outside for 3, really coming back hard.
And Lewis was crowding the plate, too. Ground ball in the hole. Nice backhand by the shortstop. Throw over will not get her with her speed, but good play by the Blue Riley Thomas from St. Mark's just to get that one.
She made a nice little sliding attempt at that and came up with that ball in the 5-6 hole.
Lewis.
Yep.
The Lewis girls have speed. It's undeniable.
Yeah. If it's not hit right at you on a hard hop, you don't really have a chance.
They beat them out.
Yeah. So Shania, who scored the last Gold run, is at first, but this time with 2 outs. And here's her sister, Lanaya Lewis. She's gone. Throw late, off the mark. Stays right in the dirt, though. And I think the pitch was called a ball.
I think so.
Now we'll get our umpire rotation. As a pitcher here, this is you got to concentrate on the batter and not worry about Lewis down at second. There's a swing and a miss. That should even the count at 1-1. And hope that, this is the same battery that's been all year for Middletown High. Montgomery behind the plate and Founds in the circle. So trust your catcher. There's a one-hopper right back to the pitcher. Over to first. The inning is over. 7 innings complete. We're tied at 4-4 in the Blue Gold All-Star Softball game. And we'll be back for the 8th inning right after this.
We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone Home.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
And we're doing the YMCA up here in the press booth, and right along with assistant coach Mike Tack from Cape Henlopen. But that was about it. We couldn't get the rest of the crowd into it. We've completed 7 innings here in this Blue Gold DFRC All-Star Softball game. We're all tied at 4-4 going to the 8th inning in a 9-inning ball game. Kaylin Yoder in the circle. She gave up an unearned run last inning that tied the game at 4. And leading off here in the top of the 8th will be Savannah Laird, then Ryan Vitola, and then Reese Founds. Ryan's my granddaughter, and she asked me, she said, who do you think I'll be facing? I said, well, let me tell you, if you face Yoder, you better be bunting.
Well, interesting that out of these 3 hitters, 2 of them are pitchers, in Savannah Laird and in Reese Founds.
Right.
You know, I always love that pitcher-to-pitcher matchup.
All right, here's Laird to face Yoder. Yoder's 2nd inning of work. She got her bat on it, but it's going to be foul and out of play down the right field line by the fence. One of the fans are going to toss that back in.
I love when the pitchers get a chance to hit. You know, they know the game from inside the circle. I think that definitely gives them an advantage. The only disadvantage is they spend so much time perfecting their craft of pitching, they don't get a lot of reps at the plate. But a lot of coaches, we feel that the pitchers should actually be the best hitters.
That one missed out low. A ball and a strike on Savannah Laird from Apo High. Plays for good friend Brian Timpson up there in West Middletown.
And I think Brian's tied up with Blue Gold football. He's not
Yes.
here this evening,
Yeah.
so he's involved with Blue Gold of another sort this evening.
That game coming up Friday night. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count on Laird. And one thing, I give my little commentary on the Blue Gold football game. The numbers have dwindled year after year, and I'm sorry to see it. It's one of the premier events in the state. Got Laird swinging on a pitch outside of the zone for out number 1 here, and here comes Vitola.
3 strikeouts for Yoder so far this evening.
Now, what a difference for Ryan. Now, the last pitcher she faced 3 consecutive change-ups. I don't think she'll see 3 from Yoder.
I was just going to say, I don't think that's going to be the plan right now. She's going to have to be ready to pull the trigger.
The corners are up. Showed bunt, pulled it back, and in and out of the mid of the catcher. Hoban gets the ball back out to Yoder.
Well, you called it there, Granddad. You said she should bunt. There it is.
Yeah, that was my one word of wisdom to her if she faced Yoder.
She looks like she's taking your advice.
1-0 count. Pulls back again. Ball misses outside. 2-0. I don't know what that strike's doing up there, but it's a 2-0 count. Scoreboard is wrong. Yoder ready to deliver. Bunts it over top of our booth and out back behind us out of play. 2 balls and a strike.
And again, what makes Yoder so hard to bunt on is that rise ball.
The count is 2-1. The scoreboard is wrong. Yes, there's the home plate umpire saying 2-1. Bunt, pulled it back. And that was high and missed. It's a 3-1 count on Vitola with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Reese Founds on deck. Here's Yoder's 3-1 delivery. Right down the middle, fouled straight back. That count runs full. Now, when you're playing Yoder, if she's not going to throw a change up here, you're in the hole with 2 strikes. You got to shorten the swing.
Absolutely right.
Just kind of punch at it a little bit, see what happens. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that missed outside, so Vitola is a 1-out base runner here, drawing a walk in the top of the 8th. And that brings up Reese Found, so again, pitcher on pitcher again.
And that is the second walk issued by Kaylin Yoder.
Reese Found's over.
Ryan Vitola.
Yeah.
If she's anything like her sister, she's got wheels.
Yeah.
Is that genetic? Runs in the family?
Yeah, they get it from me.
Number 11, Reese Founds.
I can't do it now, though. Past my prime. All right, here's Founds. Might she be up to bunt? Of course, you always run the risk of a pass ball here. Right down the middle for a called strike. Nothing fancy about that pitch.
Not at all. You know, and what's tough about Yoder, too, is she just mixes pitches so well. She has an arsenal to choose from, and you just never know what's coming. You can certainly play the odds of the situation at hand, but sometimes she'll surprise you.
Reese Founds looked over the dugout, and she's starting to laugh at that pitch. She said, how did that get out there? A lot of movement on that ball, and now the home plate umpire going out and talk to Yoder. I think it might be a jewelry
She
thing?
has a hairband on her throwing arm, and they're not allowed to have anything on the wrist of their throwing arm.
No. All right. Ready for the 0-2 pitch. Not sure why they played that music. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Yoder. 2 outs now. And that brings up Gigi Duca, left-handed slapper.
4 strikeouts for Yoder.
See if Jana, Gigi, they call her at Smyrna High, see if she can get battling ball here.
We can hear Coach Shirey telling her to be patient.
And she offered there. That's a strike. Yoder working the outside part of the plate. Smart thing to do with a slapper. I wonder if they just cut Vitola loose here. I know Hoban has a good arm. Nope, she went again. Tried to check.
Hoban's balls have been tailing out kind of towards the right center side of second base as she's thrown down a couple times tonight. So would be interesting to see if they let Vitola take off.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yoder strikes out the side. She allows 1 base runner with a walk as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning as we're all tied up still 4-4 in this all-star softball game, keeping it right here.
Yoder's 5th strikeout.
1 left. After 7.5. Still 4-4.
Now they're playing my kind of music. Little Commodores and Brick House. She might day. Reese Founds in our 2nd inning of work.
Going to see a whole nother side of you tonight, Glenn.
Hey, yeah, you might. I mean, most of these places you go to and they're playing all the modern rap music, and I'm sorry, that's not me.
We got a little YMCA in there with Coach Tack tonight.
Yeah. It's been a good mix.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lionel Richie and the Commodores. Oh, we got a good ball game here. 4-4 in this Blue Gold All-Star game. Reese Founds now in her 2nd inning of work in the bottom of the 8th.
It's a great ball game. These are fun games to watch. They're fun games to coach. They're fun games to play in. Credit to all these seniors. And for the Blue Gold team of adults that have split this group up to make it so evenly balanced in pitching and hitting and defense. So the committee did a great job setting this up.
Well, here's Horton leading off. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Caitlin Horton, a Caesar Rodney rider. playing for Sky Boris.
Headed to Del State.
Had a chance to interview Sky after the, there's a foul straight back, 0-2. After the state championship football games this year, because she coached the winning gold team in the middle game of the day.
Founds to deliver.
And that one's down. Hit the dirt. Ball and 2 strikes.
Head in the count. Nice waist pitch there.
Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for the Blue pitching staff. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's 3 Ks now for Founds. The unified game, that was the state championship football game that Coach Sky Bars. What a great game that was. Went into overtime. And I got to talk to her afterwards, and I say, how's this feel versus a softball win? She said it was very special.
I'll bet. And she does a lot of coaching in unified sports there. Coaches their basketball team as well. That pitch looked like it just dropped off the table from Founds.
Showing bunt, and she fouls it back. So no 2 count on Hoban. Yeah, right when I was talking to Sky, I guess it was my fault. I kind of distracted her with the interview, and a couple of her players came up from behind her and doused her.
That's great.
Another foul. Count holds 0-2.
Nice pitch coming inside from Founds. She, too, works the corners of the plate really well.
You know, we knew about Yoder and Laird and Kinsley Hall. Didn't know about some of these other pitchers. I'm impressed with every bunt that's gone in the circle tonight. There's a shot right through the box and a base hit.
Hoban went up and got that pitch and just drove it right through the middle.
1 out base runner for the Gold here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Number 8, Kinsley Hall.
It brings up Kinsley Hall. Indian River teammates trying to get something going for the Gold here in the bottom of the 8th. Our plate umpire signals he's ready. That's high. Showed bunt, pulled it back. Blue with their rotation on. Baldwin charging from first base. There's the
Shirey
bunt.
charging from third,
Nice
calling
bunt.
for it.
They get her at first, but what a perfect bunt, deadened perfectly. And that puts the lead runner down at second with 2 outs. For number 21, Peyton Keeler.
The batter, number 21, Peyton Keeler.
Woodbridge Blue Raider.
Nice play by Megan Shirey, calling for that ball the whole time she's charging. Again, it makes the most sense for the third baseman to take that bunt. Her momentum's carrying her that way.
Called strike, good location by Founds on the outside part of the plate. She gets in front of Keeler, 0-1. And I think Keeler represents the first of 3 consecutive lefties in the batting order for Coach Fetterman. Another called strike on the outside part of the plate. Founds working good location ahead in the count, 0-2.
Founds throwing what looks like a screwball, which will run away from those left-handed hitters. It would run in on a righty, just clipping the outside corner of the plate.
Trying to get out of this jam. Goes a little bit too far outside. See if she chase. Ball and 2 strikes. Lily Hoban, the base runner at second. She had a ground ball right through the box and up the middle for her hit. Ground ball right at second. Big hop. Throw to first. Out of the inning. Reese Founds throws a scoreless 8th. We go to the 9th inning with a tie game, 4-4. Back after these messages.
For the Gold in the bottom of the 8th.
Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
We are back for the what should be the final inning of this game, but who knows? We're tied at 4. This is the last regularly scheduled inning, bottom of the 9th, with Kaylin Yoder in the circle. And we should have the top of the lineup,
yeah,
right?
The blue team rolls this order over for Elena Griffin, Marissa Edevane, and Angelina Edwards, first 3 to bat, and face Kaylin Yoder in the 9th.
We're going to throw in a t-shirt as well for each MVP.
This is part of the lineups where they scored a run, the blue did, and back in the 7th to tie this game.
For blue, the batter, number 15, Ariana Griffin.
Red Lion Christian Academy being represented right now in the leadoff spot. Elena Griffin against Kaylin Yoder. There's a called strike right down the pipe. And kind of like Savannah Laird, who started the game for the blue, Yoder is getting better as she goes along here.
Agreed.
Swing and a miss. Good location, outside part of the plate, 0-2 count.
You know, and I wonder if it's just they didn't warm up in a traditional manner. We had all those pregame festivities, you know, and they had to kind of come in and warm up at the same time and get settled in. So
could be. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Yoder, out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. That brings up Marissa Edevane, who scored the tying run in the game back in the 7th inning.
And that is 6 strikeouts for Kaylin Yoder in her 2 innings of work.
Batter, number 9, Marissa Edevane. Edevane.
Foul ball over top the blue dugout. Edevane gets a piece there.
Edevane with a real open stance, gives her the opportunity to really see the ball coming from Kaylin Yoder.
I don't think that was a foul tip. I think it just tipped the catcher's glove, but it's a swing anyhow and an 0-2 count.
Hoban's got her work cut out for her back there behind the plate.
Yeah.
Not being familiar with Yoder as well as she spins the ball. Tough to hang on to.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. A lot of spin on that. That's that rise ball. Another strikeout. And that now matches Savannah Laird for the most in the game.
14, Angelina Edwards.
That brings up Angelina Edwards.
Yeah, both Savannah Laird and Kaylin Yoder with 7 strikeouts tonight. Edwards from Red Lion as well.
Another open stance. She fouls that one down the left field side. Now to play up on the hill.
Headed to Millersville to continue her playing career and her education.
Wait a minute, that's another North school. What are we doing here?
Some kids like the cold and the snow.
I guess. Swing and a miss, took something off of that one, 0-2. And Yoder being very efficient here in the top of the 9th. Yoder, 0-2. Strike 3 called on the inside part of the plate. A 1-2-3 inning. Go to the bottom of the 9th now, tied at 4. Can the Gold get a walk-off? We'll find out here in a few moments.
Dude, that was nasty.
That was like a little
That was
roll. All right, let's go.
Yeah, unfortunately, we tried to get the head coach, Rachel Fetterman, there in the huddle with her teammates, but just too crackly and not very good quality there, so we dumped out of that. As again, we go to the bottom of the 9th, and Let me shed a little light on things here for you, Shannon. You can tell me who's up to bat for Gold.
We are looking at Ella Hadley, Zoe Coco, and Jaya Schaub.
Okay, the bottom part of the order against Reese Founds, who's looked pretty good in her 2 innings of work.
Yeah, Founds with 3 strikeouts, but being pretty efficient. She's getting keeps the ball down in the zone, getting some ground outs. Infielders doing the work behind her. It's all a pitcher can ask for.
All right, bottom of the 9th, here we go. Now, I didn't hear any instructions whatsoever if this game would go past the 9th inning, whether they would end it in a tie. We'll see what happens here.
We just got word there will not be extra innings,
okay.
So this will be it.
Good. I'll tell you what, as evenly as these teams have played in the game, I would not mind a tie.
Agreed.
First pitch.
Number 1, Ella Hadley.
Hadley up, the lefty, to face Founds. The board says a strike. I thought it was a ball, but we'll see. There's his called strike. Maybe the board is right. 0-2 count. Let's wait for the umpire to give the hand signal. Yep, 0-2. So Founds being efficient here too. Well, gee, if you had to pick an MVP for blue and gold, I think I'd have to go with Purnell for the blue.
I
with
agree.
That 2-run homer.
100% with the 2-run homer that puts them back in this game.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
The gold? Ooh.
That's a tough call.
Yeah. I don't know whether we get a vote. I might have to yell down underneath. There's a shot foul down the left field line. Count holds it 0-2.
I mean, Kinsley Hall kept the blue scoreless in the first 3 innings.
Mm-hmm.
Justice gave up 3. Yoder's given up 1.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at pitchers.
Yeah, offensively, I don't know whether there's anybody really stands out. There's a ground ball right to third base. Shirey up with it. Throw high over to first. And they're going to hold her right at first base. But that's a leadoff base runner for the Gold.
Brings up number 4, Zoe Coco.
I would think she's probably up here to bunt.
I would think so. Coach Fetterman kind of walking up and down the line here.
Yep. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Here's the pitch, gets the bunt, and it's foul behind the plate. Count holds 0-2.
Jaya Schaub on deck, third baseman from Indian River. See what Zoe Coco can get done here.
Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Founds. First out here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
4th strikeout for Founds.
Brings up number 10, Jaya Schaub from Indian River.
The batter, number 10, Jaya Schaub.
And that'll put Mia Barone from Sussex Academy on deck.
Okay. Founds first pitch. This is high for a ball. Founds ready to deliver. 1-0 pitch. Down low. 2-0 to Schaub. And now we have a time. Rachel Fetterman, the head coach of the Gold, wants to have a little talk with Schaub.
Okay, I really did not know that. So I need you to be here. We're not trying to get a game running like I just need you to be locked in. Okay? We got this.
Well, you heard Coach Fetterman tell Schaub, I need you to be locked in there at the end with her conversation. Founds with the 2-0 pitch. Miss low, 3-0. Throw down to first, not in time. now Founds in danger of putting 2 runners on here with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Behind in the count, 3-0. Ground ball right up the middle, base hit. Runner's going to head to third. Here's the throw, and they missed her on the tag. Third and second with 1 out. Shirey got the throw from the center fielder. That was a great throw by Brantley of Smyrna on the fly.
And that call brought both coaches, Shirey and Thomas, out of the dugout.
Yeah. I don't know whether they think the base runner was out of the base path, but I don't think so. Shirey dove at her.
And we're just not on an angle where we could see if.
Yep, we're going to have an umpire meeting here.
See if she got that tag on or not.
And there's actually 4 umpires out there right now, so they're going to bring all 4 in. What a shot by Jay Ashab, though. Big base hit. And now, if this holds, if it's second and third with 1 out, if you're blue, it's a safe call. So if you're Nikki Shirey, do you walk the next batter to load the bases for the force out?
Well, you got Maria Barone coming to the plate, and if you walk her and load the bases, you've got the 2 Lewis sisters coming next.
Nah, maybe not.
So I'm going to guess not.
Nah, maybe not.
I think you go after Barone and you see what you can do with Shania Lewis.
Might we see a suicide squeeze here? Corners are up. Reese Founds misses high for a ball.
We consistently see Founds down in the zone, so see what she decides to mix up. She just missed on those 3 pitches to Schaub.
Here's the 0-1, or 1-0, I mean. Fouled back, now it's 1-1. That got a car.
Again, that's why I parked across the street.
Mm-hmm.
There is nowhere safe around these fields here.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Another foul, straight back, a ball and 2 strikes. Founds trying to get a big out here and preserve the tie game.
Founds put a little bit of heat on that last pitch. You know, we just always tell our pitchers not to overthrow the pitch. Let it spin, let it work for you. These are big moments.
1-2 pitch, missed the outside corner. Count runs 2-2. Getting a little serious here now. Here's the 2-2 delivery from Founds. Swing and a miss, took a little something off, got a big strikeout. Now 2 outs, and that brings up Lewis.
And that is strikeout 5 for Reese Founds from Middletown High School.
So how about a combined 18 strikeouts by the blue pitching staff? 13 for the gold.
Speaks volumes about the pitchers in this senior class across the state of Delaware for sure. And this is number 19, Shania Lewis, who's been trouble all night long at the plate.
Well, they might be thinking about just walking her and not giving her anything to hit and pitch to her sister. Then they have the force set up everywhere as well.
And she's done more damage offensively than her sister this evening. Not to take any credit away from Lania's ability, but.
Yeah, misses outside 2-0.
Yep.
This night might be one of those intentional walks.
I agree.
That now their coaches, Nikki Shirey's just saying,
just put her on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're waving her.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to give Lewis the bag.
Intentional walk.
I think that's smart. Now you got 2 outs. You set up the force at any base.
I agree. Great call by the 3 coaches over there for the blue squad. Nikki Shirey.
Yep.
Coach Thomas.
You're trying
Coach
to pitch
Brennan.
around her. If you miss outside too bad, then you risk the runner third scoring.
Or she drives something down the right field line, in which case he's going to score anyway.
All right. The other Lewis sister.
2 outs here, bottom of the 9th. Tie game 4-4.
First pitch outside for a ball. Time as Montgomery's going to go out and talk to Founds. That gives an opportunity to have head coach Fetterman talking to her batter.
And I think Coach Fetterman's just talking about making contact and just finding a hole, thinking gap to gap.
Yep.
Just put it in play somewhere.
Her sister giving her hand signals down there at first base. Well, this is the ball game right here. Is it going to end up a tie or will the Gold win? That's down low for ball 2.
I think we said we didn't mind if it ended in a tie, but we wouldn't be the only 2 people because there are some tense-looking faces on some of these players and coaches.
Yes. All right, Found's big pitch right here. She doesn't want to go 3-0. She missed down low. It's a 3-0 count. No place to put her.
Kind of the same at-bat that Jaya Schaub had. She's trying to keep the ball down in the zone, but she's just missing. And she's got to come back with something big here.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Ball game is over. And it's a true walk-off for the Gold. A walk with bases loaded. And the Gold will win this one by a final score of 5-4. That's the way this one ends. And the only thing left for us is to find out who the 2 MVPs are. We'll do that when we come back on the postgame show on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
Playing softball in college, you're not playing. Of you girls, you guys have all done an amazing job this year. Say it quick, okay? I just thank you for.
Just having trouble with her mic. Yeah. We're not back, are we? Oh, we are? Okay, we're now having the awards of the MVP. The blue MVP, Sabree Purnell. She had the 2-run home run that at the time tied the game at 3. And she also walked in the ball game. Very deserving. I think you and I both picked her out from the blue.
Absolutely. We were just talking in the break there that she definitely is deserving the MVP award for the blue team with that home run, putting them back in the mix tonight.
MVP. She's from Sussex Tech. Her number's 19, Shania Lewis.
Yep, and Shania
And
Lewis
that was our
gets the goal.
choice as well.
And I tell you what, it could have gone to several different pitchers.
It could have. She hit a double, scored a run, had another single, took that intentional walk here at the last inning of the game.
Oops. And getting photo opportunities out there. And I think I was going to check with our cameraman, Nick Halliday, but I think that's going to be the end of it for our ball game here tonight.
Photographers have been taking pictures all day.
So,
One big group shot with both teams, so I'm going to let them have it. Photographers, what would you like?
So they're going to work on a group photo here.
Apparently so.
And just want to congratulate all these student athletes and coaches for a great softball season in 2023. And as these seniors, leave here tonight as their last high school game and embark on their new college careers, we want to wish them all the best.
Yep. Well, that'll do it for us. Thanks to both coaching staffs, Rachel Fetterman, Mike Tack, and Michael Oberly for the gold, and Nikki Shirey, John Thomas, and Sean Brennan for the blue. Our great umpiring crew of volunteers, Brian Corey and his staff. For our broadcast crew, Benny Mitchell, Nick Halliday, and my broadcast partner, Shannon Timmons. This is Glenn Frazier. Once again, the 2023 Blue Gold Softball Final. Walk-off win for the gold, 5-4. Thanks for watching on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future